Fellas, hello and welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a very long time. I think it's been over 200 days if I looked at it correctly, and my god, it's been too long. Now, if you've been here for a long time on the channel, you're probably thinking, Connor, where are you? What is this location? This is different. Well, we're not going to be going over that right now. That's going to be in a different video. Today, we're going to be talking about the Dragon Ball FighterZ patch 1.32, and a lot of the big changes I think are very, very good. I guess I shouldn't say very good, but I should say like changes that really appealed to me, that were like, whoa, okay, this is cool, but also kind of busted at the same time. So let's go ahead and go over all these changes that appeal to me. So there may be some changes that might not be in this video. If you're looking for Yamcha tech or anything like that, I might not be going over that specifically. I will be going over changes that, like I said, appeal to me the most, which are a lot of characters. So let's go ahead and get straight into this. We're going to be starting off with Android 18 because, my goodness, she got some crazy and wacky buffs. So one of the big changes for Android 18 is going to be the barrier with 17. Now, this is going to be insane because people who would like to mash, like myself, are going to be punished severely, because now you can kind of bait, try to look for the mash, whatever it is, because now you can actually call 17 barrier out and you actually punish a mash. Now, they could continuously mash, it's still going to get blocked. Obviously, they can DR so they can get out of this situation, but this is something that is going to punish a lot of players who love to mash. And speaking of barriers, now we have something new for Android 18's barriers. So now she can actually go into a special move in the middle of using her barrier. So basically, with her barrier now, you're able to cancel into another special move in the middle of using your own barrier. Now, one thing you want to remember is that you cannot just sit there and mash special move while you're in barrier. You have to make sure you time it. It's pretty much in the middle of the barrier. You want to use a special move, then you'll be able to cancel out of it. If you do it too quickly, as so, you're not going to get anything out of it. So basically, what you can do is just go into a light into barrier, cancel right into a destructo disc to punish the mash. So basically, you can go into anything. You could even go into your grab. You can even call out 17 if you want. Boom, 17 comes out. Or you can do double barrier. You can basically just do double barrier depending on what happens. I mean, I'm pretty sure that can help you in some situations, but that's actually insane, calling out 2 barriers in a matter of seconds. So you can do many things with this barrier now, and she's pretty ridiculous. She's like anti-mash in a way, but obviously you can punish this by Dragon Rushes, like I said. Just be more aware, I should say. If you think they're going to sit there and do that barrier and try to bring it out, that way you can DR it and get out of the situation. But if you're not, you're going to mash, well, RIP. And lastly, with Android 18 is the EX move. Basically, it just has a lot less delay. So it's very nice. 17 comes out a way quicker, in my opinion. Last time I felt like it was a little too slow. Now it feels pretty good. So it's actually helping her a lot in neutral, because once you get him out, go ahead, use this beam. It just helps a lot. So next up on the list is going to be Beerus. We're going to be talking about his 2M that is now projectile invul. That is correct. You heard that right. He can go through beams and ki blasts without any problems with his 2M. Fantastic. So it's kind of stupid, guys. I mean, literally, it's almost an anti-Broly repellent. Now, I've noticed with beams, you have to make it a little bit more of a timing thing, because Broly's big blast obviously is one big ball, so you have to just easily go right underneath, and it's just basically in the middle. But if you do it too early or a little too late with Yamcha or anybody's Kamehameha, it will hit you at the very end, and you will be hit back as well as Yamcha. So you have to kind of time it with certain beams, but with a lot of ki blasts, with a lot of zoners, you go right through. It's beautiful, but also really stupid and ridiculous. Let me tell you, I don't know why they thought this was a good idea, but here we are. And just so you guys know what I'm talking about with the beams, it is kind of a timing issue. So you can get them right there. You have the opportunity, but there is a little bit of an issue where you can both get hit. So you have to kind of time it a little bit in order to actually get the projectile invul and go through and actually get your own little 2M out. But most of the time, you can get hit by the beam in the beginning of it, or you both get hit, or you can obviously hit him and go into your own combo. So just be aware, timing is key for certain beams. So next up for Beerus is his level 3. So he has 2 big buffs now for his level 3. One of them is increasing the damage, basically giving it a Spirit Bomb-like damage now, which is ridiculous. And the other thing is a reduced recovery whiff on his level 3, which actually allows you to combo and everything, which I'll show you very soon. So his level 3, let's go ahead and look at it, shall we? So basically, this is the amount of damage it now does. It's pretty wild. That is half of your health basically gone. Bruh, oh, that's just ridiculous amount of damage, dude. I cannot even believe they decided to do this. But another thing is, I'm going to show you now, the reduced whiff recovery for the level 3. Look at how fast you recover from whiffing your level 3. Are you ready? Look at Beerus right now, okay? Look. It was instantaneous. Now, I'm not going to show you the cleanest versions of how to combo with the level 3 whiff, but I'll show you a little bit what you can do so you have an idea of how the whiff can be worked within a combo. Keep in mind, guys, this is not the only level 3 whiff combo you can do. This is just an idea, okay? There is plenty more out there. You can do more. You can extend more. You can do it. I'm just showing you something you can do, but that's basically what Beerus can do now. He has Invul in his 2M. He has all this recovery whiff for his level 3, and he has more damage for his level 3. Kind of nutty. Guys, next up is going to be Super Baby 2. This is someone I have always wanted to have some buffs for because he is good, but he needs a little bit of that oomph. And in this patch, he definitely got that. Maybe a little too much, but he definitely got a lot of good things. Like something that I've been hoping for so long. Every time I play with this character, I say,
oh my god, his 2L is so bad. It's so bad.
They actually made it better. It's now 9 frames, which I will show you, and increased range. So he actually goes a little bit further, and 9 frames. 9 frame 2L, beautiful for the character. Helps him so much more. And those little mashing situations, which I've gotten into a lot, and I've always lost because his 2L is terrible. Now, I can actually win in them. Oh my god, it's just a dream come true. His standing medium is also faster, so now his 5M is better, so he is a little bit quicker. And I think it's the same range. I don't think that's changed at all, but it is a little quicker. Not that much, but it has been improved in a way. And next up, his Revenge Final Flash can be super dashed full screen, which helps him so much more. More combos, getting more re-jumps, and you can do a lot more. Instead of just in the corner, he can do them in midstream, which is great. Next up is going to be Jiren, which this change didn't really, I don't know why they did this. I don't think this is a good change because it just makes Jiren have 10 times more pressure on someone because of how fast it is. His 2M now has 9 frames. It's a 9 frame startup for a 2M. Now from afar, it's 12, but if you're close, 9. So you're thinking about pressure, right? He already has a fast 2L, which they did increase. They did actually do more with the 2L. Don't know why, but this is a thing now. They made this even better. They actually did increase his 2H, I believe. I could be wrong. If I am, I'll put it right here on the screen what actually was increased for damage. So it's not too much that they changed, but what they did do was just give him more pressure, I feel. But that's what they did. They basically made his 2L a bit better. They did make his 2M have a 9 frame startup. And like I said, from range, it's still 12 to 11, it looks like. But from close range, 9. So they did make that better. So yeah, the dude's just ridiculous. So next up is someone I'm really happy got a lot of good changes with Super Saiyan Vegeta. For so long, I feel like ever since Season 2, the dude's been dead. I mean, he's not a good character. Now they've actually given him some unique tools. And now he can Super Dash after his consecutive Ki Blast. So after you do this, boom. Super Dash, yes. So now we have extensions in the center of the field and, of course, in the corner. So that helps him quite a bit with more corner combos, more neutral combos, and it just gives him a little more damage overall. Another cool thing they did with the consecutive Ki Blast is give it a whiff vanish. So if you do end up missing all of these Ki Blasts, instead of sitting there and taking whatever punishment you're about to get, you actually can vanish in between. So that's cool. That way, if you are in a bad position where you do miss all your Ki Blasts, you can get out of that and you're fine. And one crazy thing they actually gave Super Saiyan Vegeta, which will help him so much in the mix game, is actually doing something with his 236L, his Super Dash Kick, his light version. All you have to do is hold forward while using the button. So once you do, instead of pushing yourself away from the opponent, it actually knocks you close to them. So with this change, here are some options you have for mix now. So pretty good, right? You have a lot of options. Not only do you have to, you can also go your high like I just did. You can also go low. So you have so many more options, which is very good, and it helps Super Saiyan Vegeta a ton with this game, dude, because this man had no mix-up at all. His kicks weren't that good. So adding that feature to this light kick helps him a lot. And lastly, his interceptor kick now has a medium version to it. So obviously beforehand, he only had his, light kick, and only hit him down. It does have a bounce to it, so you're able to do some combos off it, but now you're able to actually get a hard knockdown after doing the medium version which is great. Actually, sliding, my bad. Sliding knockdown after doing that, and it also causes them to bounce in certain situations, giving you even more combos, which is really cool. So it is really cool that they gave this option to Super Saiyan Vegeta. The only two characters I know that have this option is, of course, Base Goku and Master Roshi. So instead of having to do the usual DP knockdown to finish combos, you can just go ahead and do his down medium, which is great. Very good dub for Vegeta, Super Saiyan Vegeta in this patch. I feel like it definitely helped him out quite a bit. Is he good enough to go in competitions like competitively? Maybe. His Zoning is really good. His Ki Blaster are the fastest in the game, which is really cool. So yeah, Super Saiyan Vegeta got a lot of good stuff. Next up is going to be Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta. This man went through it in this patch. He is probably, well, a lot of people are saying top 5 in the game, but we'll see about that. He is basically the same character, just with more damage output, which obviously you kind of need right now because it feels like the meta in this specific point of the season is just damage output. With that being said, Vegeta Blue has that for you. So his Big Bang attack got a damage boost. Again, don't know why, but they did. They gave him another one. His A assist also has another damage boost. So that's about that for Big Bang attack. But not just that. He can also do many more things. He can actually super dash into it, which is great after using it. He could do that in the corner as well. It's not just neutral. So that's going to help his game quite a bit. He can also do this. So what I'm about to show you is apparently a bug for Vegeta Blue is what people are saying. The fact you can do a full medium auto combo into Big Bang attack into another Big Bang attack, giving more damage than ever, and then going into super dashing, all this other stuff gives him a humongous amount of damage output. He can go up to about 6,000 damage. Now, if I can do that, great. But a lot of people have gone that. They've actually gone past 6,500 damage. 2M, obviously, you're going to get massive damage. With 5L, someone actually got, I think, about 5,000. So it's very easy to get a lot of damage because of this bug that he has, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. It's pretty easy. All you have to do is mash the 3 mediums. So you do medium, 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 and it brings out obviously Big Bang attack before the Gallic Gun. You don't want to press too much because of course you'll go into your Gallic Gun. You're going to do your medium, medium, medium into another Big Bang attack, and you're already doing 3770 for damage. And not only that, you can cancel out of your Big Bang attack and go into something like that. So you're already inputting 4,200 damage by just doing that. So let's go ahead and do a full combo. $6,000 damage. That is how much you can do, and that is off of a 5M. There's other ways of doing that combo as well, but 6,000 damage off of a 5M with about how many? Like 4 Big Bang attacks in between, maybe 5? That's insane. You're doing an incredible amount of damage. This dude is literally full of damage. It's crazy. And lastly, for his buffs is his 5LL. His second 5L, I should say. Second 5L has more range to it. So instead of being a lot closer to you, which I had a lot of issues with trying to confirm some certain combos, now you actually have a bit of further range, and you are devastating. I mean, boom, boom, boom. I mean, it's really nice. So I'm glad they did that. It helps his second 5L a lot with range and with pressure as well. That way it keeps you close to the enemy, and you're not getting pushed away, and you're not so far away that you miss. So it does help a lot. So next up is going to be Gogeta Blue. So what they did to this man was give him a minus 50% meter gain penalty, which is insane for him because we all know him for the meter gain god. At least that's what I kind of think of him as, because anytime I went against him and he was obviously the point character, he can get as much meter as he can super fast. So that's going to be a huge thing taken away from him specifically and other characters, which I'll get into in a little bit. And lastly, for what happened to this character is his 2H mix in the neutral. He still has it in a way, but they also made it to where there's a little bit more lag to it. So now you can actually respond to it. This is going to help you protect yourself a little more and make it so it's easier to prevent you from getting absolutely mixed out of your shoes. So with this 2H mix before, you were able to basically land super quick and able to just mix right away. So once you land, you actually can't do it right away. There is a little bit of a couple seconds taken off of it, so that way you have time to react, which is good. It helps a lot. This was a big mix for Gogeta Blue. I remember seeing it in a lot of competitions, so seeing this get taken away is pretty big, especially like I said, the meter gain. That's a huge thing taken off of him too. So Gogeta Blue kind of in the dumpster right now. And lastly, for the characters that really appealed to me in this patch is obviously the Android 21 lab coat nerf that she received. She is now, I wouldn't even say maybe top 3. I was thinking she was still top 3 because her kit is still pretty good. But the fact her Savory Slicer and Vertical Savory Slicer both have key attributes and are very easy to punish now. That just helps us out a lot. So the two moves that we all know and hate for the life of us are the vertical slicer and the savory slicer. So these moves were always a demon to us, but now they have key attributes, like I said, and you can punish them whenever you want. You can reflect them whenever you want. You can reflect the beginning, middle, and end, just like a story. So this is great. So this change of hers for her vertical slicer and her savory slicer, keep in mind both of those moves are now key attributes. So with that being said, this is what you can do now. Basically, if she goes and tries to do it, I mean, you just reflect everything. You can wait for the very last one. You can wait until the beginning and just reflect the whole thing. I mean, you could just do anything and just go ahead and punish. So I am honestly very happy with this change because, like I said, it's for both moves. So you can easily get a punish off of this, and it's fantastic. I mean, this is what we needed. We needed something like this just to get these people to stop mashing this button because it was so overpowered, and if they hit it, they would combo off you, maybe even two-touch you depending on what you were for like health-wise. It was ridiculous. So this change was necessary, and I love it. Another thing they did was decrease the damage on her level 3, which is this level 3. They actually made it a little bit less damage, only doing 4221 damage in total, so they did reduce it a little bit, which is nice. So having that penalty, having her savory slicer and vertical slicer nerfed to the ground in a way, and having your level 3 reduced with damage, I'm happy. I'm actually so happy right now. Like, this was a change that we needed, especially for those slicers, and I'm just happy that those got hit. So overall, the discussion of this character being top 5 is definitely there, as in maybe she's not top 5 anymore, maybe she's top 10. She could still maybe be top 5 depending on how you feel she is. If you still think she's very viable, that's on you. But speaking of meter gain penalties, let's go ahead and talk about other characters that got hit from a penalty for the meter gain as well, which is going to be, like I said, Vegito Blue got a minus 50%, Gogeta Blue got a minus 50%, Labco 21 got a minus 50%, Hit got a minus 25%, Janemba with a minus 25% as well, Gogeta 4 and Fuzamatsu all have a minus 25% meter penalty. A lot of people are saying that this meter gain nerf is very lazy, and I have to agree. Some of these characters needed an actual nerf to their kit, not their meter gain. That wasn't the issue. I mean, yes, it was the issue for some, like Gogeta Blue. His meter gain was ridiculous. Labco also had a pretty good meter gain as well, and so I understand those in a sense. But the other characters like Gogeta 4, I don't get that. He needed an actual nerf to his kit, not his meter gain. Same with Hit. That wasn't really an issue. He needed some nerfs, some very slight nerfs to his kit. Nothing crazy. Nothing that will make him unplayable. We still like what Hit is right now. I think he's great. But maybe he needed a little bit of fix, not meter gain nerfs. That doesn't make sense. Same with Janemba. I don't think he needed a meter gain nerf. I think he just needed some nerfs to his grabs, because his grab is ridiculous. I will admit, as a Janemba player, it is pretty bad. It's way too fast, so having that nerf, I think, was the main thing they should have focused on, but instead they're like, oh, here's minus 25%. Like, what? So having the top 3 lose 50% doesn't make so much sense, but I guess what they're trying to do is make it so those 3 aren't together anymore, because you don't want 3 characters in the same team with minus 50% meter gain penalty, because they're not going to really build anything. They can still have good synergy, but they're not going to build much. We'll see how it plays out competitively when we see it in the World Tour, if it's still there. I believe there's going to be a patch maybe before that. They are going to be doing a community patch, I guess is what they're going to call it. So we're going to have a lot of feedback from this one. They're going to go ahead and look at it, make some more balance changes, and see what's going to come after that. That could be before World Tour, but we'll see. But one last change I want to talk about to end this video is the C Assist. C Assists now have a better recovery, which I am not happy about. So I want you to look at the top left corner and look at Beerus and Labco 21. You can definitely tell they're coming back a lot quicker, because in the patch before, it took a very long time for those C assists to come back, which was good, because if you got out of the C assist and got away from it, they would have no assist for them. But now they have time to recover and get away to get their C assists back quicker. I am not happy about this change because I hate C assists. I think C assists are the scrubbiest thing in the game, and now they got a buff. I don't like C assist a lot in this game. A lot of people don't, and for some reason they decided to buff them. So now they come back a little quicker, and that makes my life even worse. And guys, that is it for today. Those are my changes that really appealed to me from the patch 1.32. Obviously, there's way more out there. These are the ones that I found really cool and good for some characters. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will be back for more. Don't you worry. We're going to be coming back, making our comeback, and I'll have an update video here pretty soon of what's going on and where the heck I am. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.